Ladies and gentlemen, we are deeply honored here to have with us the Secretary General, Ministry of Plantations, Industries and Commodities, Datin Nirvana. Welcome. How are you?
Oh, thank you very much. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, and congratulations on a wonderful keynote address and opening up the GOF 8 conference this morning. That was wonderful. I'd like to begin, Secretary General. You gave the keynote address for GOF Forum. What was the focus of your address?
Okay, the focus of the address this morning is to reiterate that the Malaysian palm oil is produced in a sustainable manner, that we have been, over the years, we have been responsible, we have practiced responsible plantation practices, and then, it is being planted on legally approved agricultural land, and it is also the most highly regulated industry. Yeah. So we want to reiterate that.
Mm-hmm. Sustainability is one of the, of course, themes of this, big themes of this GOF 8 conference. Very, very important, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, the Malaysian government has maintained a great balance between conservation and development. The evidence is clear for all to see as Malaysia maintains a minimum of 50% permanent forest and is one of the biggest producers of edible oil. So what I would like to ask you is this: how does Malaysia plan to continue and evolve with this excellent policy?
Okay, thank you very much. As you know, with regards to the ministry, we have the national commodity industry policy that we have put in place, where we set targets until 2020. So for us to continue with this approach, where we have a balance between conservation and development, we have a target of oil palm plantation not exceeding a certain limit, because of course land is limited in Malaysia. So our target for 2020 would be around 6 million hectares of palm oil planted, and of course the areas for plantation would still continue to be done on degraded or log over forest areas. Yeah. So this is what we will continue to do, and because land is limited, there are companies who have or who are interested in investing overseas. Yeah. For example, there are companies who have plantation in Indonesia and Papua New Guinea, and also there are companies who are exploring with other countries to plant elsewhere rather than Malaysia, because land is limited. And we have interested parties from, let's say, from Brazil, Pakistan, Myanmar, Cambodia, Peru, West Africa, and of course I met someone recently from Fiji who has expressed interest and need our help in terms of starting an oil palm plantation in Fiji. So this is where we are heading, because land is limited. And of course, other than that, within Malaysia itself, we are focusing actually on the productivity, having higher yield, and of course better oil extraction rate. So this is where we are going, because land is limited. We want to focus on productivity, and that for new planting and replanting programs, that they will be using good colonial material, so that productivity is better than now.
Wow, that is a lot. I mean, that is a lot to. It seems like it's a global community here that we're talking about, and palm oil, of course, is such a commodity that everybody needs in the world here. So let me move on with this question here then. Is palm oil industry is a major catalyst for poverty education as well. The industry has reached maturity. Local farmers have a comfortable socioeconomic level.
Right.
And so how does your ministry visualize the future of the Malaysian palm oil industry?
Okay, well, of course, you rightly pointed out that the palm oil industry has been, in terms of, the main agenda of it would be poverty eradication. I mean, we started with that. And we envisage that the income of the small farmers will move in tandem with the national objective of reaching a higher per capita income by 2020, where we have said, this is the national agenda. By 2020, the per capita income would be $15,000 US, And I think right now our per capita income is around 10,700 US dollars. So this is where we are moving, and we are hoping that, you know, for the industry, this will move in tandem with the national agenda of raising income level to a better level. Yeah. So this is in terms of in terms of earlier it was poverty eradication. Now we want the farmers to have a higher income. Yeah. And of course that is with regards to the upstream. With regards to the downstream, we are targeting that there will be more new products to be on the market, and that there will be more business opportunities for people to, you know, to be involved in. And of course we do have the national key economic area, where we set targets under that, yeah, in terms of contribution to the gross national income. Yeah. So for that, our target by 2020, we will we are hoping to reach 59 billion US dollars in terms of gross national income contribution from the palm oil industry. Right now we are at right now we are at 23 billion US dollars in terms of contribution to the GNI. So with this, the government will continue to provide assistance for new planting and replanting under the national key economic area specific targets.
So there's a lot of growth then for the economic for the economics of this industry then, in regards to the farmers, to the for their socioeconomic level then.
Yes.
Yes. Are you happy with that, or?
Well, of course, we hope that we can do more, actually, and we do have all these plans and programs in place. And if we can achieve those targets, I guess we should be happy.
Right.
Right.
As long as you're moving forward, even if it's a little at a time, it's better than going backwards, right?
Of course, we need to move forward, but move forward in line with our targets and plans.
Yeah. And that's not always easy to do, is it?
No, it's not always easy to do, because we do have challenges as we move forward. As you know, that we do have challenges where we have criticisms by the NGOs. The more successful we are, the more criticisms that we get, yeah, from that. And these are some of the challenges that we need to address.
And that's why there's these wonderful GOF conferences, GOF 8 that we have now, Global Oils and Fats Forum.
Right.
I'm excited about this because I've been producing interviews and meeting experts for a number of years for the council now. And every time we do one of these is produced, it gets bigger, it gets better, and more participation from experts to clarify these matters.
Yes, yes, that's true. In fact, we also, just before I came in, we had a discussion with the University of Florida, where we have some programs, yeah, in terms of teaching the students at various levels about palm oil. So one of the students was telling us that he has never heard of palm oil before this ever, and so because of this program that we have, that we hope we do have ambassadors, you know, to be in the future, where we have this education program. Yeah, we teach students on palm oil, its nutritional benefits and everything about palm oil, and that they will in turn, you know, be our ambassadors to explain to the others the benefits of using palm oil. Yeah, he has never heard of it before, and he said he has started cooking using palm oil.
Wow, I saw the youngsters sitting in the back today, and that's a wonderful testament for the Malaysian Palm Oil Council, American Palm Oil Council, GOF 8 conferences and the different conferences, that the word's getting out for the younger generation.
Yes.
And they're good at, of course, the technology and spreading the word quickly. So that's fantastic. You must be happy with that.
Oh, well, we are happy with that, and we are evaluating further on future programs. Yeah, because so far the program has run for 2 years, and we have been told that it's very successful, and that we hope that this will expand further in the future.
Can you also share with us then how important other commodities such as rubber, timber, and cocoa are to Malaysia?
Oh, actually, from my ministry, we take care of the other commodities, as you mentioned, rubber, timber, cocoa. You left out pepper.
Okay.
Yeah, there's also pepper. There's also tobacco, but tobacco is small. And we also have a new industry, sago and canal. Yeah, also that. So in terms of the importance of these commodities, well, indeed they are. For example, rubber. Rubber is also under our national key economic area, where we do have targets. So right now, rubber is being planted in over 1 million hectares, and our target for 2020 will be, a slight expansion of 1.2 million hectares, and that we have programs under this replanting and new planting programs under rubber, because for rubber, the number of smallholders involved is quite large actually. It's about more than 400,000 for the whole of Malaysia. So we do have to take care of the smallholders, and also rubber will also contribute to our gross national income. Yeah, where we have target by 2020, we expect the return to the gross national income of 17.6 billion US dollars. Right now it's only about 7.3 billion US dollars contribution to the GNI. So rubber is pretty much important to us, as it is also under the national key economic area. The other one is cocoa. Well, cocoa right now is important because we do have smallholders totaling about 25,000 people involved in this. But in terms of hectarage, it's growing very slowly. So we are providing incentives and all that so that more areas will be planted, because the demand for what we have right now is higher than supply in Malaysia. So we do import a lot of beans, because the beans that's being planted in Malaysia is not enough to cater for our industry. So that's for cocoa. Well, in terms of timber, we do have a policy specific for timber. It's called NATIP, N-A-T-I-P, the National Timber Industry Policy. So where we have put also targets for this, by 2020, we expect the earnings from the exports of timber and its products to reach 53 billion ringgit actually. Yeah. So what we do is that we are trying to develop this industry where furniture would be one of the main products that we are focusing on. And besides that, because the industry is very much dependent on raw materials, and as you know, that sometimes we don't have enough. The industry is complaining that they don't have enough material. So we are having a specific program on forest plantation, where we provide a loan totaling about 1 billion ringgit, Malaysian ringgit, where we provide loans to people who are interested to plant plantation forest. So we have various species in the list, like rubber is one of them. Yeah. So while waiting for the rubber trees to mature, those people involved, they can start tapping rubber when they get income, and then at the end of it, they will use the rubber as material for the timber industry. So we have all these programs in place, and the commodities are, very important to Malaysia.
Okay.
And a lot of people their livelihood is dependent on these commodities.
The commodities and the palm oil, so it's all
important. Yeah.
We have just a few minutes left, so I would like to ask you this. Your presence here today shows how the high regard that Malaysia and the Palm Oil Council and GOF8 have in the role of palm oil and the role of the commodities and all of this important information that GOF8 and that everyone's presenting here, the keynote speakers. Are there any last thoughts you'd like to share with us about anything that we've talked about or anything at the conference?
Okay. It's just that I want people in the United States, especially, this is with regards to the GOF8, to believe in Malaysian palm oil. Yeah. So this is why we are here today, to explain about the nutritional benefits of palm oil and how the industry develops, and how that we practice sustainable production of palm oil. So it is my hope that that for US to continue to believe in the Malaysian palm oil. So also to take note of all the research activities that we have conducted in regards to palm oil. As you know, the Malaysian Palm Oil Board is really well renowned for its research on palm oil. And not only do we do research within Malaysia, we have also partners all over the world in terms of research, because we do have collaboration in terms of research with France, with US, with South Africa. So we are not doing it all alone. So based on all this, we want to assure the world that, based on our research, that palm oil is safe for consumption, it is nutritional, and that the allegations as proposed by some parties, so we want to convince them that, please check on your homework first and look at the research results before you believe in some of the allegations.
Right.
So that's all that I want to say.
Well, thank you so much, Secretary General, Ministry of Plantations, Industries and Commodities, Datin Paduka Nirmala. Thank you so much for your time. We're greatly honored to have you.
You're welcome. Thank you.